So, this fragrance hobby could be pretty confusing. I mean, especially if you're new to this game and you don't have a lot of fragrances in your collection. Well, today I'm going to give you my top 10 recommendations of fragrances I think everyone should try at least once before you jump into the niche world of fragrances. So let's start the video. So the first fragrance I would recommend you to try if you're new to this fragrance game is a oud fragrance. And this is from Tom Ford and it's called Tobacco Oud. This oud is not tamed at all, it's not toned down in my opinion, it's pretty aggressive, but I think it has a good representation of what a good oud fragrance will smell like. Maybe you will love oud, maybe you don't, but I think it's really good to at least know how oud smells in a fragrance because a lot of people, especially in the community, talk a lot about oud fragrances. So this is my first recommendation. So the next fragrance I would like to recommend to anyone who is into fragrances is from the house of Creed. And it's called Creed Aventus. And even though this is a niche house, I think this has some really mass appealing type of a vibe to this fragrance. Even though it's a niche house, people outside the fragrance community knows this fragrance by now. So that's my second recommendation. And this one is a little bit more easy on the nose if you compare it to the Tom Ford one, because this has some freshness, some citrus, some little bit sweetness from the pineapple, and also some musky dry down. Next up is a classic fragrance from Jean Paul Gaultier. This is called Lemal, of course, and this is a club banger from the mid-90s. Everyone should at least try this once, even though you think this might be a really old school DNA and you don't like it anymore. That's fine. At least try this once so you know how this smells. This gets talked about a lot in the fragrance community. I think everyone has met someone who has this on their shelf in the bathroom. So that's my third recommendation of today. The next fragrance in this lineup is from Prada and it's called Prada L'Homme. The best work fragrance in the world. You should wear this when you have a shirt on, you should wear this when you're going to work, maybe in an office situation or something like that. It has both the sweetness from the iris and also some freshness, amazing fragrance. You have to try this one. Next up is one of the most romantic fragrances I know, and it's from Dior and it's called Dior Homme Intense. Me personally, I don't really like this lipsticky type of vibe that this fragrance has, but a lot of people think this is one of their best fragrances they have in their collection. So maybe you will love this, maybe you don't, I don't know, but at least try this once and see if you might like it. Another fragrance that I would really recommend you to try is from the women's line of fragrances, and this is of course Chanel No. 5. This is the most classic women fragrance in the world, most sold I think as well. This smells like a really classy woman. I think you have smelled this a lot of times actually on maybe your mother, maybe your girlfriend, maybe your grandmother sometimes, or maybe just some woman you have met in the hallway at your workplace. Either way, it's a classic fragrance. You should at least try it once because this have put a footprint in the fragrance industry that will last forever, I think. So Chanel No. 5, another recommendation. So if we stay on the Chanel train just a little bit longer, I would really recommend you guys to try Bleu de Chanel EDP. This is a great fragrance, it's versatile, you can wear this both to a workplace and a date or dinner, just hang out with friends. Super clean, super fresh, but have some upscaled type of dressed up twist to it as well that makes it smell really expensive. Awesome fragrance, a lot of women like this as well. Next up is the women's favorite fragrance. I haven't met any woman out there who didn't like this fragrance. And it's from Versace and it's called Eros. This is a both fresh and sweet fragrance. It has some mint and apple in the opening that gives you this invigorating splash and pulls you into this seductive type of scent. And when it dries down a bit, it gets a little bit more rounded and a little bit more sweet. Compliment monster out of this world. Try Versace Eros. The next fragrance on this list is the best date fragrance in the whole game, in my opinion. This is from Dolce Gabbana, it's called the One EDP. I would choose the EDP instead of the Eau de Toilette because the EDP is a little bit better performing, even though they're pretty similar. Scent-wise, this is a little bit more richer, better performing, and better overall. Perfect for a date, you can't go wrong with this. Girls love it. It's a little bit more intimate, this type of scent. But of course, if you spray enough, they can feel it as well, linger around in the air. So that was my list of today, guys. Of course, this is more aimed towards maybe the guys and girls out there who are new to the fragrance game and haven't smelled these fragrances already. So keep that in mind if you're watching this fragrance video and if you have a big collection. Okay guys, love you very much. Thanks for watching my videos. Press that subscribe button and give this video a like if you like my content, and I'll see you the next time. Peace.